So what's up everybody? Today is Wednesday, July the 15th. So so honestly, let me tell you something, right? So regardless of where you are in life, if you want to make the decision to become a better person for whatever reason, for yourself, for your business, for your family, for your children, to get to a better place, a better position in life, is one thing that we have to do, and is that we have to dedicate ourselves to becoming the best versions of ourselves. Now, when you're on that journey, right, it's like being in a toxic relationship with yourself, because where you are now is solely based on the decisions and actions and inactions that you've taken in your past, i.e., the person you are now got you to where you are right now. But the person you are now might not have what it takes to bring you to your future self. Or, in other words, the person you are now might not have the skills, knowledge, or know-how to get you where you need to go. And a lot of the times, it's not money, it's not status or anything like that, but it might just be bad habits. No. With that being said, you are pretty much in a toxic relationship with yourself. Get check. And so the person that you're trying to be, or the person that you're going to be on the road to becoming, he needs, and I'm just speaking in general, he needs to wake up early, he needs to work out, he needs to read, he needs to do a set amount of things every day on a consistent basis in order to get where he or she needs to go. Now, with that being said, every time you choose comfort over challenge, every time you choose avoidance over getting the task done, every time you choose to procrastinate instead of getting up and getting the task done, you give that lesser version of you more power and more say-so over who you are now. In other words, you make no progress. In other words, you stay the same. And that's pretty much what get a lot of people stuck. No, I'm not saying you're going to be perfect. I'm not saying you have to be perfect. I'm not saying your days are going to be perfect. No, with that being said, it's going to be times where you fall short, but when you fall short, like, what do you do? Now, for example, typically we do our videos upstairs. For me, and this is just me holding myself accountable, I did not wake up on time this morning. I woke up 30 minutes late. 30 minutes late. I just woke up 30 minutes late. I was still able to get up. I was still able to say my prayers. I was still able to meditate. I was still able to make it to the gym and get my workout in. Even though it was 30 minutes, I still have to hold myself accountable because I didn't necessarily hit my goal. Now, normally I like to go upstairs and that's where I like to start my videos, but I'm not going to do that this morning. I'm going to just sit here and do my video here, leave from here, go straight to my apartment and get my day started. So, in other words, if you don't hit your goals, there's things that you might like doing. You might like watching a show on Netflix, you might like hanging out with your friends, you might like hanging out with your significant other. Take those things away as a means to punish yourself for not hitting your goal. So something as simple as waking up 30 minutes late when I was supposed to wake up at a specific time. Instead of going upstairs to start my video, I start my video here. It's simple as that. And with that being said, I just wanted to document that real quick for today's vlog, and I'll see y'all in the next one. About to head back to the apartment, do some laundry, and get ready for my day. Because, like I said yesterday, we don't have no more time to waste. Alright, so the day's been going good. We've been pretty productive. So I just wanted a little change in scenery while I got some tasks done before we clock out for the day and head to our next obligation of the day. And so I would say the worst thing about being in this compromised financial situation i.e. being broke, is not being able to afford the help. And so whether it is, partnering with agencies to help build and scale the community, whether it is buying a cash car so you can help Uber and Lyft drivers, door dashers, whether it is having a credit to get an apartment or getting a unit or getting a house that you can fully furnish because you have up to $50,000 of funding. That way you can furnish your house and put it up on Airbnb. Partnering with agencies and joining these masterminds. There's so much things that I could do for myself, for my business to get to the next level if I had the money right now. And why don't I have the money right now? Pretty much I leverage all my credit to pay bills and pretty much feed myself. And I paid some money to join, about $10,000 to join a mentorship, and I wasn't able to pay my monthly bill, which is about $2,000, and so I lost access. And so I paid that $2,000 thinking that I would make something happen, but in reality I overestimated myself, but I underestimated my environment, to be honest with you. And I wasn't necessarily in an environment that was conducive to producing those results. And so I spent $2,000 that month instead of staying on with the agency that was helping me with my school community. I felt in my head that that was the right decision. At that point, I made the decision. I spent that $2K and it didn't work out. And so one thing, sometimes you make investments and investments don't pay off, and that's pretty much what happened to me. Now, right after that was in May, coming into June. Now we're in June. I'm supposed to move into my new apartment in July. Now, being in that compromised financial situation, you would think the best course of action would be to push my moving date back so I can recover financially a little bit. But I said to myself, no, I'm not doing that. I'm gonna just move forward and get this apartment, because at first I was able to qualify for this apartment within the first 3 to 4 days. So I got qualified fairly quickly. So in our reality, I looked at these apartments back in May. I could have been moved in by June, to be 100% honest with you. If I'd moved in by June, I wouldn't have to been spending $80 a day for Uber just to get to my job, riding from Covington all the way up to where my job is at. And so the lesson I took from that was to just believe in yourself, take the risk, and keep moving forward. And so now understanding that I should always be taking risks, or not necessarily always taking risks, but I should believe in myself and just move it out fair. I couldn't wait any longer to not be here. So instead of pushing my moving date back, I paid the moving fee to get my apartment and mentally prepare myself to just thug it out for the month until this situation blow over. And it's not gonna be much longer. Like, I know we're not gonna be in this situation for much longer. I know we're not destined to live our life like this, and I know for a fact things will get better. It's not if, it's a matter of when, and as long as I keep showing up, things will get better. As long as you keep showing up for yourself, things will get better for you as well. And I'm documenting my journey just to show you guys that if I could do it, you can do it as well. Literally, I was sleeping on the couch for like 2 years, didn't have good credit. Credit still needs work. I also help people fix their credit. I have a credit partner that's teaching me how to do it. I have my own credit software that I utilize to fix other people's credit, including myself. And yeah, life is 100% what you make it. Now, a book that I 100% want to recommend to you guys is Relentless by Tim Grover. And if y'all don't know who Tim Grover is, he's the gentleman that trained Kobe Bryant, Michael Jordan, Dwayne Wade, and a host of other athletes. So with that being said, I have 2 more things to do. I have to post my 2 pieces of content. Then after that, I've accomplished all my tasks for the day before my hit time, which is 2 p.m. And so the day start a little rough, but we're not gonna use the rough start of the day as an excuse to not get shit done. And so like I told my woman this morning, she had an inconvenience this morning. It's none of your business what that was. But I told her, yes, you're gonna have a good day. Don't let a bad hour ruin your day. And that's what I have to tell you guys as well. Don't let a bad hour ruin your day. Don't let a bad day ruin your week. Don't let a bad week ruin your month. Life is 10% what happens to you and 90% how you react. So let me get back to work, post these 2 pieces of content, and I'll see y'all a little later. All right, so we made it to the end of another day. So if I had to give myself a grade in terms of how well we execute this day, I'll probably give myself like a B minus. I'll give myself a B. So why did I give myself a B? Primarily because I didn't wake up on time. So instead of 6:30, I wake up at like 7:05. That's one. I was able to do my workout on time, record my clips. What else? I'm gonna hold you. Like when I was, during business hours, I was kind of procrastinating a little bit, doom scrolling, just over consuming on YouTube instead of doing my work. But I was able to get everything I needed done. I was able to send my DMs. I was able to come up with a strategy to get my 50 offers, forward it to my VA. She reviewed it, she likes it. That's something that we can use to scale and bring on new members to our team. Let's see. Did everything that I needed to do. Another thing, originally, I missed my first bus. When I tell you, and it's like, I wear black every day for the most part. So like, as soon as I step outside, I'm in Atlanta right now, it's not that it's hot, it's just the heat plus the humidity is just disgusting. So literally, as I walk out the door, I start to sweat. And so I was jumping on a different bus route than I usually jump on. So it took me to a different bus stop. And when I tell you, the bus stop ain't had no shade, the sun was beaming, I was like, ain't no way, you know what I'm saying? So I pretty much went to the side under a tree for some shade, and I peek in and I listening for the bus to at least see when it's gonna come. And literally I went down in my phone and I looked for like what it seems like 30 seconds, and when I look up, the bus had passed me. And I was waving like, yo, and the bus man did not see me. But luckily, I went back inside. No, I didn't go back inside. So I checked my phone, checked my maps. Then the original bus route that I typically use or jump on was coming in like 40 minutes. So I went back to my apartment, drink some nice cold water, eat a snack, grab a face towel to dry my face, cause ain't no way I was missing out there dripping sweat, wetting on myself. So I grab a face towel, went to the bus stop, jumped on the bus, and I made it to work on time. And so I really like these evening shifts because it gives me time to get everything I need done during the day. So tomorrow we're gonna do a better job. We don't have to work tomorrow, so we have the whole day to ourselves. And so that's about it. So what I want is, like, the message I want to leave you guys with And I'm gonna say this over and over and over again. Don't let a bad minute ruin your hour. Don't let a bad hour ruin your day. Don't let a bad day ruin your week. This life is 10% what happened to you and 90% how you react. So with that being said, three things I'm grateful for. I'm grateful for my sister. I didn't, and again, my lack of finances is 100% my fault. But when I say, I asked my sister for some cash so I could make it home from work, because I wasn't gonna go to work today because I didn't have enough to find myself home. So my sister sponsored me some cash for my Uber. So I'm grateful for that. I'm grateful for myself, even though the morning started kind of rocky, I was able to salvage it and get through. So I'm grateful for myself. And I'm grateful, I'm gonna hold you, I'm grateful for this AC, because after being outside for like 5 minutes and I was so hot, to be able to come to my own place with my clean air and AC, with my nice cold glass of water, I'm grateful for that. Because it's people right down the street from where we live right now that's sleeping on the street right now. And we could have easily been one of them if we didn't have people that love us and care about us. If what I'm saying, if I was not in my right mind, so even if people love me and care about me, I'm not in my right mind, nobody's gonna want me around them. And thankfully I have, I met my credit partner that actually helped me, get my credit in order so I can even qualify for this apartment. And on a full note, I'm grateful for all the people that love me and care about me, that support me on my journey. Like people, I don't even think people understand how down bad and on my face I am right now. Like even though it's just a temporary stage, And so yeah. If y'all finding value in these videos, and again, these videos are so long, but the purpose of these videos is to just document my journey, and so we can chop it up and post clips on our personal brand and on personal pages. And so in the future, these videos would be a lot more organized and stuff like that. But I'm just getting myself in the habit of posting every day. And so with that being said, drop 3 things down in the comment sections that you are grateful for, and I'll see you all in the next one.